Hey guys, this is Lindsay from Chickens and Roots. I just thought I'd get on here for a few minutes, update y'all on our current weather situation. Um, we're supposed to have a winter storm coming in this afternoon, and it will be in effect till Tuesday. We're supposed to get 3 to 6 inches of snow. It's supposed to be in the teens, some single digits. And then rain's coming in. So then we're going to have rain on top of snow that's going to turn into ice. So it is going to be a very cold week. This is our first winter storm for 2024. So I've just kind of been trying to prepare for it. It's so crazy. Last week we had a windstorm. Stuff got blown all over the place. It was rainy, but it was warm. It was probably in like the 50s during the day, maybe 30 or 40s at night. I had to come out here 3 different times and fix my greenhouse because the back had blown off of it. We taped it together, like we taped the back to it, and that didn't work. So then I had some office clips that I just had, and so I used them to clip the back clipped on, and that wind tore that. Well, it didn't tear it. It just the plastic came right off the back of it with no problem. Clips all in the yard. So it's been an interesting week. Well, now we've got this winter storm coming in. But it is so calm right now. You wouldn't even think there was a winter weather storm coming. I cannot believe how nice it is out here right now, though. I mean, it's like in the 20s, it's like 27. And by the way, it's close to 80 degrees in my greenhouse right now. It's not windy, it's just so calm. It's sunny, the calm before the storm. I'm just thankful that we got a little break between the windstorm and then the snowstorm coming in. And really, I'm not planning on heating my greenhouse. My ultimate goal is just to start seeds in it for spring and just kind of see what will stay alive in it during the winter. I've got a couple of green stalks in here. One of them's planted with my strawberries and some carrots and some leftover plants from over the spring, some flowers, some herbs, and I think I might have 1 or 2 pepper plants in there. I'm not planning on doing anything to them to prepare. I think the strawberries should be fine because they have hay on them. Now I did cover up my strawberries outside. That's in my barrel in my raised bed. Then I thought, well, if the snow's coming, the covering that's on my strawberries, it's gonna weigh it down and probably smother them. So I grabbed one of our sleds that was in the yard and I put it over top of my strawberries. So yeah, you just do what you can with what you got. It's the best thing to do. Use what you got. And I also brought my spring bulbs in, my pots that have spring bulbs in them. I'm not really worried if I lose them or not. So I left some outside and then I brought some in the greenhouse just to see the difference, how well they do. And these bulbs that I had planted, I didn't think they were going to make it. They sat on my porch for, I don't know, several weeks after I dug them up before I ever done anything with them. And I just threw them in the ground and threw them in pots and they're coming up everywhere. So I might get lucky and I might have some spring bulbs come up this year and actually bloom. And then, let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I've got like some succulents that are on the front porch that I moved to the front porch after the frost started. Just to kind of give them extra protection to try to keep them alive throughout the winter, but not crowd the inside of my house because I've brought quite a few of my plants from outside inside, so I really don't have a whole lot of room. So I just kind of like put them up against the house, and of course they're under a covered porch, so they should be good. And then I also covered my hydrania. I know I've talked about this hydrania on my Facebook page. It's very finicky. Like, it didn't bloom for like 10 years. I couldn't figure out why. It was like one of the first shrubs I ever planted. And I had no idea. I knew nothing about it. I was just like, I'll throw it in the ground and it'll just come back every year. Oh, it comes back every year, but it never blooms. It barely blooms. So I finally figured out what was happening was when we would have these fall spring days during winter, they would start cut the old growth, the old wood would start producing leaves, and what would happen was a frost would come through and it would just kill the leaves on it. Well, I think it just killed the whole thing. So once they died, all I would get is new growth come up, and the new growth doesn't have blooms on it, only the old growth does. So I've been trying really hard to keep that covered. It, although it's very hard because we always have a windy fall, so a lot of times I'll miss it, and the wind will blow my covering off of it, and then I have to put it back on. But it's been covered pretty good all winter. But I went ahead and put an extra covering over it too, since these cold temps are coming in this week. And then I covered up some of my plants. I just covered up some of them like with these pots to help protect them if it does get too cold and possibly icy in here. I covered up my rosemary and my mums, and covered this flower bed. I planted some strawberries in. I think it's going to be a surprise if they come up in the spring or not, because there's not really anything there right now. And here's my finicky hydrania. Covered that. Just covered these mums up with some pots. I just put these up against the house. Some more of my bulbs I covered. Succulents close to the house in the corner. And my other ones over here. They're doing really good. So I hope they stay that way. Our fish are at the bottom, hibernating, staying warm. I tried to cover up my sage plant, and then my flowers, my pansies. Oh, I didn't cover that one up. The gnomes even prepared for the snow. The birds are all gathered. The unicorns are up here. Up, one already down. He didn't make it. This is just for fun, for laughs. It's just my daughter's toys. Hey, look, these are some of my bulbs that I planted. They're all coming up. And they're either daffodils or hyacinth. I'm not sure which one they are, because they were kind of mixed up when I planted them. Here's my green stalk. The first two rows are all strawberries. And then these are carrots. They're not doing a whole lot, but I've got some little baby carrots in here. And then I believe, let's see, this is my Thai basil. It's reseeding. You can see. This is foxglove. This is doing really good. I've never grown foxglove, but it's doing really good in the green stalk, even in the winter and in the greenhouse. And there's some Swiss chard. I mean, it's coming back, but I haven't really done anything with it. And then there's some more carrots. More carrots. And I think that's a pepper plant. It looks like it may have died. And then I covered this pepper plant. I'm not sure if it's going to matter because it may have already died. I don't know. And see, I just covered some of my plants with pots to give them extra protection. Here's my mom's. This is my rosemary that I rooted. And here's my other rosemary. I don't want it to die, so I figured I'd cover it up. There's Mom's. Another thing I did to prepare, I failed to mention, these are all my seedlings I started. I started the calendula and the chamomile. It's been probably a couple of months ago. I actually probably need to separate them because there's like more than one plant in each one. And then just recently, like a week or two ago, I planted some herbs and some lettuces and a few more flowers. I am planning on bringing these inside the house for a precaution, because I would hate for my seedlings to die, especially the chamomile, because I mean, it's took a long time to grow this chamomile, and it didn't do well in the spring, so I really want to make sure that I keep it alive. But I'm leaving them out here right now because it's so nice in the greenhouse. But when the sun goes down, I will be bringing them inside for probably the next week. Because the temperature will drastically drop once the sun goes down in here. But I figured I'd leave them out here to get a little bit of sun and heat while it's still daylight. Well, I took care of the chickens. They're all hanging out, waiting for the storm. Hey, don't peck me. Meanie. They got food. They got water. Plenty of hay. They're just hanging out, aren't you? Y'all waiting out the storm? You ready for it? I filled up the nesting boxes and inside the coop with lots of hay. I feel like chickens are really resilient, and they do fine in the winter, no matter how cold it is. Baby chicks, you have to keep them under a heat lamp. But once chickens are fully feathered, I mean, for the most part, they do really good. The ones we have anyway, they do really well in the wintertime. And also, we have a really nice coop that they can go up inside to get the wind off of them. And then we just have layers of hay in there, hopefully help insulate. Their water likes to freeze, so we have to come out here and break it up, but I made sure to get them fresh water today. I made sure to fill their food all the way up. The inside of the coop's got hay. The outside part of the coop has hay. And yeah, we're just gonna wait out the storm and see how it ends up. And I'm just praying that everyone's safe here in Tennessee. Because I know it's going to be dangerous driving, and I know some people, they have to get out and work, and I just pray that everybody is safe. Hopefully the roads will be salted, or most of the main highways anyway, and anyone that gets out in it, just make sure you come in and get warmed up and drink you some hot cocoa. And my kids are excited about the snow coming. We don't get snow in Tennessee like ever. It doesn't happen often. So they look forward to snow every year and they always get disappointed. So they're really excited. And a really crazy, busy, unexpected few weeks. A lot's happened. So it's really nice to have the calm and the peace before all this blows in, which I love snow. Snow's so pretty. I don't care much for ice. We could live without ice, honestly. But it's still really cool to see when you walk outside in a um, ice storm or snow. It's just so amazing how quiet and peaceful it is. You can see miles away just because of all the white. It's so pretty. I love seeing that. And also, it's just amazing to look at the tree buds. Um, the buds on the trees blooming, like they'll have blooms on them and they'll be covered in ice. I have buttercups. My buttercups start coming up in January, and sometimes they start blooming towards the end or the 1st of February, and they'll be covered in ice. And it's just, it's God really has paints a picture in every storm. No matter what kind of storm we have, there's always something to look forward to and be encouraged by. It's just amazing. I mean, just walk outside. God is all around you. And I don't know how anyone can deny God, because you walk outside, there's no way to deny Him. It's all around you. It's just crazy. It's just so, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for spring. I'm so excited. I can't wait to start planting. But I do try, even in the storms, I try to look at the beauty in the storm, the beauty within the storm. And I just try to be grateful and thankful and just praise Him even in the storm. But I may update you during the storm or after the storm to see what happens. Maybe I'll post some pictures on my page or my Instagram just to show you all of the God's beauty. We'll see what happens. So I just pray that everyone has a safe, peaceful next week, even in the storm here in Tennessee. And thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.